Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, you're a co-host. All right, cool. So we're going to get this party started up. So without further ado, welcome to the Power Up and Market Update. It is July 17th. And second half of the year obviously has begun, and very excited to share with all of you guys some great information. So it makes me so happy to see all of you here. And my intention, right, because I love to start everything with intention, is to bring you massive value and to offer you information that's going to give you power to go back to your customers and really come from a place of empowerment and contribution and service. That way your business can grow exponentially. So first slide, just want to give you guys a little context how Let's Grow Movement started up. We started off 4.5 years ago with these three gals. We're at over 2,200 agents, almost reaching 2,300 agents. And we are in 29 states, 8 countries now. And super excited, extremely grateful for each and every single one of you. The vision for Let's Grow Movement is to become a global leader in the real estate industry by partnering with the most productive, innovative, and purpose-driven, keyword, purpose-driven leaders. We're dedicated to driving growth and success for our agents and teams to provide an exceptional service to our clients, right? Because when you really focus, I was actually talking to Terry earlier this morning, when you really focus on service, and you're not focusing on money and transactions, customers can feel that, right? Customers can really feel like, hey, are you really doing this because you want to help me? Or are you doing this because you want a paycheck? Obviously, we're all doing this for a living, so we are doing it to gain something monetarily, but that can't be your premise when you're reaching out to people, because if it is, people will feel that, and you're probably not going to be their client for a lot longer, right? We call that commission breath. So we don't have commission breath. Come from a place of contribution. So for those of you that are tuning in right now, please make sure that your microphones are muted as well as you guys are tuning in, just so we're respectful and mindful. And our goal as a company is to serve 21,000 families this year, 10 billion in volume, and to grow an organization of over 10,000 agents worldwide. So thank you guys all for being part of this movement once again. You guys should also be reading your goals. I like to tell everybody that I am a reminder, right? One of my mentors says this all the time. It's easier to forget than it is to remember. So I am a reminder for you guys, hey, focus on your goals, because we have something that's really powerful in our brain that's called the reticular activating system. So when we focus on a target, guess what? We get to that target a lot quicker. So 60,000 thoughts. So how do you process and how do you have that reticular activating system work for you? Well, give it a focus. Read your goals twice a day. We got some powerful trainings coming up this week, all around productivity, skill building, lead generation, and content creation. You guys should have all received an email with the lineup already. Terry will be dropping it here in the chat as well, just in case you guys didn't get it. She also sent it via text. So make sure that you guys show up to these trainings. We pour a lot of time, energy, effort, and the speakers that are showing up and doing these trainings are taking their valuable time to really bring you a tremendous amount of value. So this week, we have the 6-figure blueprint. We are on week number 10. We did skip last week, so that's why I'm like, wait, what week are we on? We're on week number 10. And this is a series of 12 weeks that we've been getting into. So if you did miss the first couple of weeks, the good news is that you can find the previous recordings on the Think Bigger Mastermind Facebook group. So make sure that you guys, if you guys did miss it, because we went into open houses, we went into door knocking, we went into social media, we went into SOPs. I mean, we covered a ton of great stuff. So if you guys missed it, make sure you guys go back and listen to those recordings. This week as well, we have a very special guest for the EXP Showcase with Mr. Gabe Mendez. You guys already know this guy is crushing out in the San Diego market. Last year, produced over $1 million in GCI. He crushes it on social media, and he's going to be talking about social media, brand. We're going to be interviewing him. So he's going to be bringing the fire this Wednesday at 2 o'clock. So make sure you don't miss this, because this conversation is going to be pivotal for your business. And again, the link that Terry is dropping in, we'll share all that information with you guys as well. So let's look at the numbers, right? Because when we look at the numbers give us a story. And that story, let's use it towards our advantage and build our business. If your county, by the way, because I got people here from everywhere, if your county is not represented here, use your MLS, do the last 7 days of search, look at the actives and the pendings and the close and the average days on the market and the close volume. That way you can get some awareness of what's actually happening in your marketplace. But look at LA, 7 days, by the way. This is only 7 days, not a month, not a year, 7 days of production, 1.3 billion in production just in LA. We had 1,200 homes hit the market in Los Angeles County. Now, we also have Orange County, active 429, closed volume 743 million in sales volume, right? Average days in the market is 23 days. San Bernardino County, we had 221 million in volume closed, actives 445, Riverside 576 homes active, and 364 million closed in Riverside County. Now we go to San Diego, we have 571 million in volume closed in the last 7 days, 521 actives. And if you guys notice a trend, look at the pendings in LA, look at the pendings in Orange County, San Bernardino, San Diego, Riverside. The pendings are higher than the actives. That still means that we're going up in value, right? We're going to have multiple offers. So just share that information. The moment that we see more actives than pendings, that means that we're going to be going down in value, right? So that's what the numbers can tell us. But again, you guys want to get connected to this, do a local market update in your area, do a video, post it on Instagram, post it on social media, get a newsletter and send it out to your customers and keep them up to date with what's going on with values. I have so many messages from a lot of you. They're like, hey, I just signed a listing because I knew my numbers. I just took on another client and I motivated them to break through and actually make offers, right? Because numbers cut through all of the story and gives you reality. So just right here, guys, we got almost what 2.5, 2.6 billion in production in 7 days in just 5 counties. So again, make sure that you guys are looking at the numbers. That way you guys can get connected to reality. So for expireds, and this is just within the CRMLS, we had 297 homes expire off the market last week. Look again for the expired in your marketplace. You can use the MLS. That's how we're getting this data. You can also use platforms like Vulcan 7, Mojo. There's a bunch of different ones, but good strategy. You reach out to them with a guarantee sale offer proposition, right? Let them know that you can sell their home in 14 days guaranteed, that you would like 5 minutes to break it down, or they're available later today. Set up the appointment, get face-to-face. Expireds for sale by owners and circle prospecting, which is my favorite one, is where you're calling a neighborhood and you're introducing yourself. And what I would do when I would call neighborhoods, guys, it was simple. I would just simply say, I just sold a property at a record price in your neighborhood. Congratulations, you have equity. By the way, do you know anyone else that also wants to sell? Because I have buyers that desperately want to get into this neighborhood. And I want to make sure that we get great neighbors in this neighborhood. Mr. Client, do you know somebody? Right? Most of the time they're going to say no, but hey, how about yourself? Are you considering making a move? If you were to make a move, where would you go to next? With listing, guys, it's all about where they're going to next. So if you miss listings and opportunities, make sure that you focus on their goal, because that's where I see a lot of people miss the listings. They get overwhelmed about their value proposition. They get overwhelmed about the pricing, but they fail to get the motivation. If you don't know where the seller is going, you're going to miss that listing. This is what happened in the EXP stock. By the way, we're at 3.6 billion in market cap. We've actually basically added almost 2 billion in market cap in the last couple of weeks, $24.03. That means that most of your stock, that everybody that it's in here, literally doubled in the last month or two. So congratulations to all of your shareholders for being part of our company and for becoming wealthier. So thank you guys so much for that. And thank you for making our company valuable, because it's each and every single one of you that make our company valuable. Also, this is something that I'm doing every single day. Guys, 2-10-40. I'm doing it in accountability, right? I've talked about this. If you guys have talked to me anytime, I'm always talking about the 2-10-40. Why? Because again, it keeps the blinders on of what's most important. 2 appointments every single day. I'm doing a call from Monday through Friday on this same link at 4 o'clock, 15 minutes. And I see a couple of you guys showing up, not a lot of you, but if you want high level of accountability and you just want to show up and say, hey, I did my 2 or I didn't do my 2. If you didn't do your 2, the good news is that you can do the 2 before the end of the day. That's why I did it at 4 o'clock in order to get people to get focused on that. So make sure you guys tune into this call because I really think it's powerful. And I just, again, I want to sell you guys on why you guys should set up an appointment. I've shared about this in the last 2 weeks, but I want you guys to really focus on this, guys. If you guys do the 2 every single day, you guys are going to have 40 appointments. If you convert at 10%, that means that you're going to have 4 customers a month. 4 customers a month at an average sale commission of 2.25. Average sale price, let's just say it's $800,000. That's $72,000 that you guys are making every single month just by converting at 10%. If you guys don't convert at 10%, if you guys convert 5%, that means you guys have an extra $36,000 coming into your household. The 2-10-40 conversation is specifically designed to hold you accountable to that. We can focus on so many things in real estate, but I want you guys to focus on the most important thing. Accountability is everything. And again, if you guys want to show up, take a screenshot of this. Let's go zoom.com 4-4-15. Come on out and be accountable. So next thing, we have Empire Builders Pro with Rick and Casey. We have a call coming up at 11 o'clock today, all about team building. So if you're interested in building teams, make sure you guys tune into this class. Tuesday, we also have Builders Best Practices. Friday, we have a MAPS coaching, a RAMP program. And if you want to learn systems with Selena, which is an amazing, amazing leader, make sure you guys tune in on Friday. So this is just all of the trainings, and the Zoom link is empirebuilderspro.live. So now we're going to be switching gears, and we're going to be going into the mortgage update because mortgage is imperative for our success in the business. So Mr. Neil Anders, what's going on in the mortgage industry?
Hey, thank you so much for having me on, Leo. Want to give everyone a quick update what's happening. We did have a real big bond rally last week, really wiped out a lot of the losses that we had over that holiday kind of debacle in the bond market. Again, that all came to what we had predicted, which was the CPI report coming out, showing that inflation had continued to come down. Those numbers did come in at 3.7%. So again, we started inflation at 9.1. Here we are at 3.7. When the market saw that, there was a big bond rally. Right now, the market's flat. We're getting in preparation for next week. The Fed has been talking about at that next meeting, most likely doing one more 25 basis points rate hike. Watch to see how that happens. If for any reason they end up swaying back and not doing that rate hike, man, there's going to be a fury in the bond market. But even with that, it's predicted. The market likes predictability. They know it's coming. So rates have been starting to improve. So kind of look for that. As far as what we're seeing in the market nationwide, Redfin released their housing report for June, showing that supply will remain very tight. Active listings are down 15% year over year, and new listings are down 31%. So that means more inventory is not coming online, and it will keep upward pressure on home values. Meanwhile, demand is strong. We look at like bidding wars taking place, nearly half of Redfin listings. The average sale to list price ratio moved above 100 for the first time in a year, which means that on average, homes sold above their listing price. Now, don't forget, we have some amazing tools to help show your clients how offering over asking is not a bad investment in this market because of where appreciation is going. We can literally break it down, show them how they can offer over asking. And a lot of times, as little as 6 to 9 months, already break even with their investment with the trajectory of how appreciation is going up, and then actually profit off their investment from there on out. Last thing I want to touch base on, it's a really hot loan product. We've mentioned on the call before, but I just want to reiterate because we're having so much success with it, especially for those of you here in California. You have to understand California's numbers. There's more self-employed people, a side hustle, entrepreneurs. There's more in California than the next 3 states combined. So we have a lot of people out there that are entrepreneurs and self-employed. That doesn't always fit well with your cookie cutter tax return, type loans. And so there's been alternatives, one of which are bank statements. There's got to be regular deposits, and those need a minimum of 10% down, even on a primary residence. So take it to the next level. The new hottest and best product out there is a profit and loss statement. It allows the buyer to work with their CPA and actually put together a profit and loss which sometimes these businesses have different kinds of cash and income coming in that aren't even reflected on the bank statements. So you can really extract a lot more income when a buyer works directly with their CPA and actually states how much revenue that business really has last year and what they expect to have this year. Really helps them with qualifying these self-employed folks for the loan. But here's the key thing. The best part of it is the bank statement loans require a minimum 10% down. Going with the profit and loss only requires a minimum 5% down. So it allows a lot more self-employed folks that want that capital in their business to still secure property with less out of pocket. And the rates are really low. Most of these rates are starting around 7.5%, which is not bad in this market. It's actually lower than where these bank statement loans are coming in. So it's a really hot product for your self-employed buyers. Definitely reach out to me and let me get them more information. Appreciate it, Leo. That's all I got for today.
I appreciate you, man. I'm pretty sure you're going to get blown up by that because actually my brother is literally buying a property right now with that product. So guys, make sure you guys reach out to Neil and his team. That product is absolutely on fire. I mean, we all know so many self-employed borrowers, and what they do is that they deduct a lot of their stuff, right? So on paper, they don't show as much income. So if I was you guys, I would literally call every single person that I have in my database right now and let them know about this product. Even if they don't use this product, you're going to give them some good news because everybody knows somebody that wants to get into the housing market. So thank you so much for sharing that, Neil. Appreciate you as always. And we're going to go ahead and do a credit update with Mr. Mike Ayala with 5 Diamond Credit. Also, another thing, right? If you guys have a client that has the income, but their credit is not there, Mike can really help you guys to get their credit up, you know, in less than 30 days. Sometimes it could take a little longer. But Mr. Mike, what's going on, brother? Give us our credit tip of the week.
How's it going, Leo? Yeah, so exactly. I mean, kind of to basically pair onto what Neil was saying, you know, who knows where the market's going to go as far as like the Fed hike rates and not. I hope they start to level out or even decline. And I guess that's kind of where, you know, as far as there's a bunch of entrepreneurs, myself included, I'm hoping to also buy. So I'm looking forward for you know, the Feds to stop hiking the rates, or even, you know, to start to see those rates drop a little bit. And now is the time to be prepared for that. If, you know, obviously we don't know where the market's going to go, but now is the time to have your clients be ready credit wise. If, you know, of course, certainly the rates are very high for self-employed because we don't qualify, you know, as far as for those FHA or conventional, because we don't have those W-2 paychecks. That's, you know, going to be a much higher rate. So obviously credit's going to be imperative to be perfect or, you know, very good so that they can get the best possible rate for all those self-employed people. So now is certainly the time to be prepared and be proactive instead of reactive. Get your credit or get your client's credit fixed now while, you know, who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully, again, that the Fed starts to either level out or maybe even rates drop a little bit in the months to come, and have the clients have their credit ready to go so that if that does happen before the turn, again, if they do decide to re-hike up later on in a few months, have their credit ready to go so that they're ready to buy and then proceed forward.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Guys, reach out to Mike. He is the credit magician, right? So don't turn away any clients. Make sure, and it honestly, it took me a long time to find a reputable credit repair, you know, company and individual. So reach out to Mike with any scenarios. He'll take really good care of you and your clients. So switching gears now, I'm going to go ahead and go into the conversation I prepared for you today. You guys may have seen me talk about this on social media because, again, you guys, I talk about the 21040 with production. You could do the 21040 with recruiting. I also do the 21040 with video creation. 2 videos a day, 10 videos a week, 40 videos a month, right? I mean, I think I'm actually doing even more than that. So I talked about positive pressure, because I think a lot of the times when we feel pressure, we can be inclined to think that pressure is not necessarily a good thing. But I think that God blessed us with this emotion within ourselves, because it's giving us an insight and saying, you know what, there's something that I want to change, something I desire, and this pressure is basically helping me to it's fuel to propel me to where I want to get to. So, as you guys have probably had heard this before for sure, that pressure makes diamonds, right? Pressure makes diamonds. So when you guys are feeling the pressure, you guys got to make sure that you use that as fuel instead of allowing that pressure to crush you. Because what happens most of the time is that when people feel pressure, they either quit or they give up or they stop or they think that something's wrong. But that pressure is there to be fuel to propel you into action. Because the only thing that's going to change your business and get you to be profitable and productive is action. So I want you guys to also, right? How do you build positive pressure? If you don't have pressure in your life, by the way, I'm really good at creating pressure because I work extremely well under pressure, right? That's something that I've always been designed that way. If I'm going to go do even a science project, I'm going to literally wait until 24 hours before and I would get it all done and I would end up acing the thing. So I work extremely well under pressure. So what I've done to help me to create pressure to that way that I can also hold myself accountable, because this is the thing, guys, if you want to really have this year be a year that really is the defining year for you and your business and it changes your life forever, you got to first of all choose that this is going to be your year. That's the first thing. You got to choose it. And number two, I encourage every single one of you to make a public pledge. Let everybody know what you're up to, right? Tell people what you're up to, right? When I changed my diet 9 years ago, most of you guys know this, I'm vegan, but I literally told everybody on social media that I was changing my diet, and I had thousands of people that were holding me accountable when I was at events and I was at different places. People were looking at my food. I'm like, hey, what are you eating, right? I would have people holding me accountable everywhere. When I did 75 hard, right? 75 hard, you got to do 5 things. You got to drink a gallon of water. You got to read 10 pages. You got to do 2 workouts. You got to eat clean, right? So when I publicize it on social media, everybody was looking, hey, what are you eating? Hey, where's your water at, right? So people would physically see me carrying around a jug, which I still do to this day, even though I did 75 hard a year ago. So use that towards your advantage. And I've coached a couple of you that are even on this call, and I said, put it out there. Make a public declaration. If you want to serve 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 buyers or sellers, or you want to make a certain amount of income, put it out there that you're going to do that, because I know this about me and I know this about human nature. Nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to look bad, and nobody wants to let other people down. But I will tell you this, it's really easy for you to get away with you not doing your goals if you don't tell anybody. Right? Let's be real with one another here, right? If nobody knows about your goals, what's going to happen when you have a transaction that falls apart? What's going to happen if that appraisal gets chopped down and you thought you were going to have a huge payday? Boom, cancellation, right? It's really easy for you to pivot back to scarcity, and it's difficult for you to keep yourself focused during those times, because that's when it actually matters, by the way. It doesn't matter when you have the deals closing and you got the money coming in. It's really easy for you to win and for you to hold yourself accountable. But what happens when adversity hits your face, like literally, right, in the moment? What do you do then, right? So if you make a public pledge, a public declaration, and you tell people about your goals, or you share it with somebody, right? You can even have an accountability partner, or you can have an accountability group, the 21040 call that I'm doing every day from Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock for 15 minutes that you guys can tune into, right? If you guys are holding yourselves accountable, then your guys are going to be at least 10 times more probable that your goal is going to actually manifest into a reality. I know this as well. It takes 21 days for your neural pathways to create a new habit. Right? So if you're having a new habit of saying, I'm going to go out there and do 2 appointments a day, 10 appointments a week, 40 appointments a month, if you have that as a goal, then your habit is going to take a total of 21 days for it to manifest, for you to feel like, you know what, this is something that's part of my DNA, right? So when you are doing that new habit, that's why it's so important that you guys make a public pledge, because that'll get you through that first 21 days. After the 21 days, the 30 days, you're going to be gaining momentum. You're going to be getting results. That's going to reinforce the new habit, and therefore it's going to be permanent. right? We can't do things just every once in a while and expect to be wildly successful. It's what we do every single day that makes us successful. It's what we do consistently. Repetition is the mother of skill. So you got to repeat, repeat, repeat. And I also learned this through the book that I was reading, which I'm going to go over the top 10 points here shortly. Not only does it take 21 days for you to get your habit, but bad habits, by the way, guys, I want you to pay attention to this. Bad habits, they don't disappear. Bad habits don't go away. They don't go away, right? So I want you guys to have a reality check. Your bad habits are never going to go away. But this is the key. Your bad habits can be replaced. They can be replaced. They can't be removed, but they can be replaced. So therefore, if you have a bad habit of just like chilling on the couch and watching TV, you got to replace it with a new couch. Not with the new couch. You got to replace it with a new habit, right? So new habits, like you got to incorporate those things. So it's going to take you some time. So the book that I'm talking about, that I'm referencing also, is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, right? This is with Robin Sharma, one of my favorite authors. And these are the top 10 points of the book. Discover your life's purpose is number one. Because if you are not purposeful, right? If you're just doing this just to do it, guys, you're going to run out of fuel. You have to connect your business and really feel like this is your purpose and you're passionate about it. Simplify your life, right? Make everything very simple. That's why I love the 2-10-40, because it's simple to remember. 2 appointments a day, 10 appointments a week, 40 appointments a month. Mindfulness and present moment awareness, right? Be in tune. This is another huge hack, by the way. One of the reasons of why I've been able to achieve a lot of success, it's not because of what I say. I say some cool things every once in a while, but it's because I listen. If you guys have ever experienced being around me, I am listening to you and I'm there fully present. I could have 1,000 things that I got to do, but when I'm in front of you, I am fully there. And that's a huge nugget, by the way. If you are present with your customers and you bring that awareness, your customers are going to feel it. They're going to feel heard. And guess what? They're going to refer you more people. But if you are like scatterbrained, you're everywhere, and like you're missing all of those cues, you're missing the body language, you're missing the customer kind of being resistant to what you're saying, you're going to lose the deal. Self-discipline and daily rituals, right? Make the public declaration. That's going to create the positive pressure. Balance and prioritization. Balancing various aspects of life, such as work, relationships, health, and spirituality, is essential for overall well-being. Viral Workman, actually, I came back from Build in San Antonio last year. I forgot to tell you guys. Well, you guys probably know that. You guys saw me on social media, most likely. But he said this: no amount of success can offset an issue that you have at home. If your household, if you got problems at home, no amount of success out here is going to make a difference, right? So you have to have balance as a priority, and it's a balancing act. I don't really believe in balance, but I believe that if you're in your relationship, you got to be fully there. If you're in your business, you got to be fully there. If you're prospecting, you got to be fully there. If you're following up, you got to be fully there. If you're having fun, be fully there, right? So that's a balancing act. Cultivate sustained energy, taking care of your physical health, eating well, exercising regularly. I actually work out twice a day. I learned this from Robin Sharma, which is the author of this book too. He said, man, there's so many positive benefits for you working out. He's like, why just do it once? Why not do it twice? So I go weightlifting in the morning and I do a run for 15, 20 minutes at night, right? So that releases positive chemicals in your body. Embracing change, right? Isn't that one of the key things right now, guys? Change. You got to embrace it. It's inevitable. Change is going to happen without you choosing it or not. The change is going to continue to happen. The power of your thoughts and beliefs, because that's what your standards, that's what you can live into, and live with passion and purpose. This book encourages you to live each day with passion, zest, and purpose, pursuing activities and goals that bring you joy and fulfillment. Number 10, the importance of giving service. Help others and contribute to the well-being of society, bringing a deep sense of fulfillment and meaning to life. This book is called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. I highly recommend this book. That's where I got a lot of these principles. So next thing, your focus, which I've already talked to you guys about, the 2-10-40, powerful morning routine, feed your mind, movement, right? Grow your brand on social media. You don't have to do 2 videos a day. Do a video a week. I started off by doing that. And then I eventually got myself to 2 videos a day. It's easier, by the way, to do videos a day than it is once a week, because we get too attached to that one perfect video that the point of building your brand is the repetition of people seeing you over and over and over and staying top of mind. Prospect, prospect, prospect. That's your oxygen. Use KV Core. Also, we have a bunch of trainings on KV Core, so make sure you guys master that platform. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. What are you gonna create this week? How many listings? How many open escrows? How many closings? How many agents are you gonna attract? Make a specific goal. Write it down. Have clarity. Clarity is power. Also, who I am is the possibility of being unreasonable and relentless. I am going to be unreasonable and relentless. That means that I'm stepping outside of my reasons, because we can get into our reasons. Oh, I don't want the reason I don't want to do that. No, unreasonable and relentless. Those are the 2 words that I'm choosing for me. Borrow them if you feel like those are good words for you, but choose 2 words that resonate with you and bring that as the context into your conversation. It could be passionate, it could be positive, it could be excited, it could be centered, it could be focused, it could be patient, it could be purposeful, whatever it is that you want to choose. So that's what I got for you guys this week. Thank you so much for being here. Just like that lion, I want you guys to be fierce with your business. I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of you for coming to this call today. God bless each and every single one of you. May this week be filled with prosperity and abundance. And please feel free to reach out if you guys need absolutely anything. And I will see you guys on the accountability call, and I'll see you guys for the rest of the week. So let's get it. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Thanks, man. This is great.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Let's grow.
Have an amazing week, everyone.
Let's
Thank
do this. Thank you guys.